Ever pondered how much power lies in your ability to control your emotions? How different would your life be if you mastered this art? The concept of emotional self-control is an intriguing one. It's not just about suppressing your feelings, it's about understanding them, acknowledging them, and then choosing how to respond. It's about being the master of your own mind rather than being a slave to your emotions. Emotional self-control plays a pivotal role in our lives. It affects every facet, from our personal relationships to our professional interactions. Who hasn't wished they could take back a heated word spoken in anger or regretted a decision made in the heat of the moment? Our emotions can guide us, yes, but they can also mislead us if we let them take the reins. Moreover, emotional self-control has a profound impact on our mental health. Anxiety, depression, anger issues, these are often rooted in our inability to manage our emotions effectively. When we learn to control our emotions, we can improve our mental well-being, leading to a healthier and happier life. Now, where does Stoicism come into play? Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, teaches us that while we may not have control over the events that happen to us, we do have control over how we respond. It promotes emotional resilience, urging us to accept our feelings without being overwhelmed by them. Stoicism and emotional self-control go hand in hand. Stoicism teaches us to detach ourselves from our emotions, to observe them without judgment, and to choose our response rather than reacting impulsively. It's about finding peace amidst the chaos, about standing firm when the world tries to shake us. As we dive deeper into the world of Stoicism, let's explore its teachings on emotional self-control. Stoicism is not the only philosophy that talks about emotional self-control. However, it offers a unique perspective. When we delve into the realms of philosophy and psychology, we find many schools of thought that discuss emotional self-control. For instance, Buddhism proposes mindfulness and detachment, while cognitive behavioral therapy works on changing negative patterns of thought. Yet Stoicism stands apart. Unlike other philosophies, Stoicism doesn't just tell us to control our emotions, it provides us with the tools to do so, by emphasizing the importance of differentiating between what we can and cannot control. This is a central tenet of Stoicism, often encapsulated in the Stoic dichotomy of control. Consider the teachings of Buddhism. It encourages us to detach from worldly desires and achieve inner peace through meditation. However, the Buddhist approach is more about transcending emotions, while the Stoic approach is about understanding and navigating them. In the realm of psychology, cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, encourages us to challenge and change our negative thought patterns to improve emotional control. However, unlike Stoicism, CBT focuses more on the symptoms, the negative thoughts, rather than the root cause, our response to external events. Stoicism, on the other hand, advises us to focus on our reactions to situations rather than the situations themselves. It teaches us that our emotional responses are within our control, even when the circumstances are not. It's about understanding that our distress comes not from the events of our lives, but from our perceptions of these events. So, while other philosophies and psychological theories address emotional self-control, Stoicism offers a unique approach. It doesn't merely suggest that we rein in our emotions, but guides us on how to do it. It's less about suppressing emotions and more about understanding their nature and our power over them. By understanding these differences, we can better appreciate the Stoic approach to emotional self-control. And perhaps we can even apply these teachings to navigate the tumultuous seas of our own emotions, finding calm amidst the chaos. Now let's delve into the Stoic teachings on emotional self-control. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy dating back to the 3rd century BC, provides us with valuable insights on managing our emotions. Central to Stoic teachings is the understanding of the nature of things. Stoics believe that our reactions to events are often based on our perceptions rather than the events themselves. By understanding the true nature of things, we can respond to them more rationally, rather than being swayed by initial emotional responses. The next principle is the focus on what we can control. Stoics divide the world into two categories: things we can control, like our thoughts and actions, and things we cannot, such as external events. By focusing on what we can control, we can minimize unnecessary stress and anxiety. We cannot control the weather, for instance, but we can control our reaction to it. If it rains on a day we planned for a picnic, we can choose to be upset, or we can adjust our plans and enjoy the day regardless. Lastly, the acceptance of what we cannot control. This principle is about embracing the inevitability of change and events beyond our control. It's about understanding that life is filled with uncertainties, and accepting them can lead to inner peace. We can't stop a loved one from getting sick, but we can support them through their illness. We can't prevent a job loss, but we can learn new skills and adapt. These teachings empower us to manage our emotions effectively. They remind us of the importance of perspective, control, and acceptance. They encourage us to take a step back, assess the situation objectively, and respond in a manner that promotes tranquility and happiness. In essence, Stoicism provides a blueprint for emotional self-control. It doesn't suppress emotions, but rather it guides us to respond to them in more constructive ways. These teachings offer a unique approach to emotional self-control, one that can be incredibly beneficial in our lives. The Stoic teachings are not just philosophical concepts, they can be applied to our daily lives. Let's dive into the tangible benefits of integrating these Stoic teachings into our everyday existence. Firstly, applying Stoicism can significantly improve our relationships. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, our actions and responses. This can help us to avoid reacting impulsively in emotionally charged situations. Instead, we can respond thoughtfully, leading to healthier and more balanced relationships. Next, let's talk about decision-making. Stoicism encourages us to take a step back, to detach from our immediate emotional responses, and to look at situations objectively. This approach can lead to more rational and informed decisions. It prevents us from being swayed by temporary emotions, allowing us to make choices that align with our long-term goals and values. Moreover, Stoicism can have profound effects on our mental health. By learning to accept and navigate through our emotions rather than suppress or fight them, we can reduce anxiety and stress. Stoicism teaches us to view adversity as an opportunity for growth, helping us to build resilience and mental toughness, two key components of psychological well-being. Lastly, Stoic teachings can guide us towards a more peaceful and fulfilled life. Stoicism encourages us to find contentment in simplicity, to appreciate what we have, and to let go of the constant desire for more. It is about understanding that happiness comes not from external circumstances, but from our internal state of mind. In conclusion, the benefits of applying Stoic teachings to emotional self-control are manifold. It can help us to navigate the ebbs and flows of life with grace, to build stronger relationships, to make wiser decisions, and to foster a healthier mental state. It's about leading a life of tranquility amidst chaos, of contentment amidst desire, and of resilience amidst adversity. The Stoic teachings on emotional self-control can truly transform our lives. It's not just a philosophy, it's a practical guide to living a fulfilled and balanced life. Emotional self-control is not a destination but a journey. Stoicism can be your guide. Just as a lighthouse guides a ship through a storm, Stoicism can illuminate our path as we navigate the turbulent seas of our emotions. This ancient philosophy does not ask us to suppress our feelings, but rather to understand them, to see them for what they truly are. Responses to external events that are, more often than not, beyond our control. We've delved into the depths of this philosophy, exploring its principles and teachings. We've seen how, unlike other philosophies, Stoicism doesn't advocate for emotional suppression or detachment. Instead, it empowers us with the tools to manage our emotional responses effectively. Remember, Stoicism teaches us that our reactions to events, not the events themselves, are within our control. By understanding this, we can shift our perspective and approach life's challenges with a sense of calm and composure. This shift in perspective is the key to emotional self-control. Stoicism offers practical, actionable advice that we can apply to our daily lives. It advises us to focus on what we can control, to accept what we cannot, and to distinguish between the two. It encourages us to view adversity not as a hindrance, but as an opportunity for growth. And the beauty of Stoicism is that it is not a theoretical philosophy meant only for scholarly debate. It is a way of life, a guide for living with integrity and inner peace. It is a philosophy that we can practice every day, in every situation. Now, the journey of emotional self-control is a personal one. No one can walk this path for you, but Stoicism can serve as a compass, guiding your steps and steering you towards emotional balance and resilience. I encourage you, therefore, to explore Stoicism further. Read the works of the great Stoic philosophers. Reflect on their teachings. Apply these principles to your life. See the world through the lens of Stoicism and witness the transformative power of this philosophy. In the pursuit of emotional self-control, Stoicism can be our most powerful ally.